You're just the guy behind the camera. I'm the talent, she said, leaving me for his 2.8M followers. So I quietly deleted everything I built for her. Now she's living with her parents, begging me to save her dead career. Hey, before we move on to the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thanks. 2 years ago, I thought I had found my person. Madison was this bubbly, ambitious girl who wanted to make it as a beauty influencer. When we met, she had maybe 15,000 followers and was posting iPhone selfies with terrible lighting. I was working as a freelance digital marketer, doing video editing and social media strategy for small businesses. Jake, you're so good at this stuff, she said one evening, watching me edit a client's promotional video. Could you maybe help me with my content? I feel like I'm missing something. That's how it started. What began as me giving her a few tips quickly evolved into me becoming her entire behind-the-scenes operation. I taught her about lighting, bought her professional equipment, edited all her videos, designed her graphics, wrote her captions, managed her posting schedule, and reached out to brands for partnerships. Within 18 months, she went from 15K to 250K followers and was making 6 figures. We make such a good team, she'd say, kissing me while I worked late into the night on her content. I'm the pretty face, you're the brilliant brain behind it all. But as her following grew, so did her ego. She started taking all the credit publicly, never mentioning that I was the one crafting everything. When influencers or brands asked about her team, she'd wave it off. Oh, I just have a really good eye for content, she'd tell them. It's all about knowing your audience, you know? I didn't mind staying invisible. I loved her, and seeing her succeed felt like our success. We were building something together, or so I thought. The first red flag came 6 months ago when she got a DM from Derek, this lifestyle guru with 2.8 million followers. He was sliding into her DMs talking about collaboration opportunities and how she was exactly the type of creator he wanted to work with. Oh my God, Jake, look at this, she said, practically vibrating with excitement as she showed me his message. Derek wants to work with me. I looked at his profile. Typical male influencer bullshit, shirtless gym pics, motivational quotes over sunset photos, and videos of him in expensive cars that probably weren't even his. That's cool, babe, I said, trying to be supportive. What kind of collaboration? He wants to do some content together. Maybe some joint posts, cross-promotion stuff. This could be huge for my reach. I helped her craft a professional response, of course. I always did. But after that, things started changing. Madison became obsessed with Derek's content, constantly showing me his posts and talking about his strategy and his brand. She started asking me to edit her videos more like his, more flash, more ego, less authenticity. Derek's content is just so aspirational, she'd say. Look how he makes everything look so luxurious and perfect. Your content is authentic, I'd argue. That's why people connect with you. Maybe authentic isn't enough anymore, she'd snap back. Maybe I need to level up. She started spending more time on her phone, being secretive about her messages. When I'd walk into the room, she'd quickly close her DMs. She claimed she was networking and building professional relationships. Then came the LA trip. Derek had invited her to some influencer event, and she was going alone. It's just business, Jake. You wouldn't enjoy it anyway, it's all industry stuff. She came back different, distant, critical of everything I did for her content. Derek's editor uses different transitions, she'd say, watching me work. Can you make it more like that? Derek's photographer uses different angles. Derek's team has a different aesthetic. Everything was about Derek and his team. I started feeling like I was being slowly pushed out of my own creation. The breaking point came 3 weeks ago. I was working late on her content when she came home from another networking dinner. She seemed nervous, fidgety. Jake, we need to talk. I saved my work and turned around. She was standing in the doorway, looking at me like I was a stranger. I've been thinking about us, about my career, about where I want to go. Okay, I said, my stomach already sinking. I think we want different things. I'm ready to take my brand to the next level, and I need to be with someone who can match that energy. What are you talking about? We built this together. I've been supporting your brand from day one. She shook her head. You don't understand. I need someone who gets the industry. Someone who's already at the level I'm trying to reach. Madison, what are you saying? Derek and we've been talking. A lot. He gets it, Jake. He understands what it takes to be successful in this space. The words hit me like a physical blow. You're leaving me for Derek? I'm choosing my career, she said coldly. Derek has 2.8 million followers. He has connections I could never get through you. He's already successful. And I'm not. You're small-time, Jake. You work with local businesses and small creators. Derek has millions of followers. He can give me opportunities you never could. I need to think bigger. I stared at her, this person I'd spent 2 years building up, who was now tearing me down without a second thought. Everything you have, I helped you build, I said quietly. And I'm grateful for that. But gratitude doesn't pay for a Beverly Hills apartment or get me brand deals with major companies. You're just the guy behind the camera, Jake. I'm the talent. Derek can offer me a real partnership. A real partnership. He wants to merge our brands. Create content together. His team is already working on concepts for us. We could have millions of followers together. His team. Professional editors, real photographers, a whole content creation house. Not just this. She gestured around my home office dismissively. I felt something break inside me, but I didn't let it show. So what now? I'm moving to LA next week. Derek's got a place there, and his team is based there. It's better for my career. And us. There's no US, Jake. Not anymore. I need to be with someone who matches my ambition. I nodded slowly. I understand. She looked surprised, like she'd been expecting me to fight or beg. You do? Yeah, you're right. You should be with someone who matches your ambition. I'm glad you're taking this so well. I was worried you'd make this difficult. No, I said, turning back to my computer. I won't make this difficult. Good. I'll start packing tomorrow. Derek's sending a car for me on Sunday. After she went to bed, I sat in my office looking at all the work I'd done for her. 2 years of my life, my creativity, my expertise, all of it about to walk out the door with someone who saw me as small time. But I wasn't going to make a scene. I wasn't going to beg or argue or try to convince her she was making a mistake. If she wanted to leave, she could leave. But she wasn't taking my work with her. I spent the next 3 days methodically dismantling everything I'd built for her. I changed all the passwords to the accounts I'd set up. I deleted every project file, every template, every piece of content I'd created. I canceled the brand partnerships I'd negotiated. I removed my editing software from her laptop. I even took back the ring light I'd bought her for Christmas. When she noticed what I was doing, she confronted me. Jake, what are you doing? I need those files. They're my files, I said calmly. My work. But they're for my brand. Your brand that you're taking to Derek's team, right? I'm sure they'll create new content for you. You can't just delete everything. I'm not deleting it. I'm keeping it. It's my intellectual property. That's not fair. What's not fair is you telling me I'm small time after I spent 2 years building your entire career. She tried to guilt me, tried to argue, but I just kept working. By Sunday morning, when Derek's car arrived, Madison's social media presence had been stripped back to nothing. No templates, no presets, no scheduled content, no ongoing partnerships. I can't believe you're being this petty, she said, dragging her suitcase to the door. I'm not being petty. I'm being professional. Good luck with your new team. She left, and I blocked her on everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, email, phone, everything. I didn't want to see her content. Didn't want to watch her try to recreate what we'd built. Didn't want any reminders of how stupid I'd been to trust her. For the first time in 2 years, I focused on my own business. I had client work that I'd been neglecting while I played supportive boyfriend. I started creating my own content, showing behind-the-scenes glimpses of digital marketing work. I launched a course teaching small businesses how to improve their social media presence. Meanwhile, Madison's content quality immediately nosedived. Without my editing, her videos looked amateur. Without my strategy, her posts got terrible engagement. Without my partnerships, her income dried up. 3 weeks after she left, I got a message request on Instagram from an account I didn't recognize. It was her, messaging from a backup account since I'd blocked her main one. Jake, I know you're probably mad, but can we talk? I'm having some technical issues with my content, and I could really use your advice. I didn't respond. 2 days later, another message. I know I hurt you, and I'm sorry about how things ended. But we were always a good team professionally. Maybe we could work together again. Still no response. Then she started getting desperate. Jake, please. Derek's team isn't working out. They don't understand my brand like you did. I'll pay you. I'll give you credit. I'll do whatever you want. I was actually laughing at this point. Her follower count had dropped to 180K, and was still falling. Her engagement was terrible. The brand partnerships were gone. And Derek? He'd already moved on to his next victim, some 19-year-old fitness influencer with a bigger ass and fewer brain cells. But the messages kept coming. She created new accounts every time I blocked her. She started messaging me on LinkedIn, of all places. She even tried to get mutual friends to reach out to me. The funniest part was watching her try to recreate my work. She'd post these pathetic attempts at the editing style I developed for her, but they looked like a high schooler's first attempt at video editing. Her captions were boring and generic. Her photo editing was basic Instagram filters instead of the custom presets I created. Last week, she finally crossed the line. She showed up at my office. "Jake, please, just 5 minutes." I looked up from my computer, where I was working on a campaign for a client who actually valued my work. Madison looked terrible. Her hair was unwashed, she was wearing sweatpants and a hoodie, and she had dark circles under her eyes. "How did you find my office?" I asked around. "Jake, I need to talk to you." "No, you don't." "Yes, I do. I made a mistake. A huge mistake. Derek, he used me. He just wanted content with me to make his ex-girlfriend jealous, and when that worked, he threw me away like garbage." I leaned back in my chair. "That sucks. My career is over, Jake. I'm losing followers every day. I lost my apartment. I'm back living with my parents. I'll give you anything, 50% of everything, 60%, whatever you want. Just please help me." "Help you with what?" "Getting back to where I was. You know how to do it. You built me once. You can build me again." I started laughing. I couldn't help it. "What's so funny?" she asked, tears forming in her eyes. "Remember when you said I was small time? How's that working out for you?" "That was wrong. I was wrong. I was stupid and I was wrong." "Yeah, you were. But you know what? I'm doing great. Really loving the freedom." "Freedom?" "Yeah, the freedom to work with clients who actually appreciate what I do. Who don't call me small time. Who don't act like they're doing me a favor by letting me build their entire career." "Jake, please, you wanted to think bigger, Madison. Looks like you thought yourself right out of business." She started crying then. Real tears, not the fake ones she used to use when she wanted something. "I lost everything," she sobbed. "My career, my income, my apartment, my reputation. Derek's team leaked our private messages to drama channels. Everyone knows I'm desperate. I can't even get small brand deals anymore." "That's rough," I said, turning back to my computer. "But I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're the talent, right? Don't be cruel." "I'm not being cruel. I'm being honest. You made your choice. You chose someone who matched your ambition over someone who actually cared about you. How did that work out?" She stood there for a long moment, probably hoping I'd change my mind. But I didn't look up from my screen. "I guess I deserve this," she finally said. "You deserve to learn from your mistakes," I replied. "But that's not my job anymore." After she left, I went back to work on my client's campaign. My phone buzzed with another message from another new account she'd created. I'll never stop trying to make this right. I blocked the account and got back to work. My business was thriving. I was dating a wonderful woman who appreciated my work and my worth, and I genuinely hadn't thought about Madison in weeks until she showed up. The funny thing is, she's still trying to message me. Last week she sent a message that just said, "Derek's getting married." To the fitness girl. "I saw your course launch. 50,000 students. I'm proud of you." I didn't respond to that one either, but it made me smile. She'd gone from calling me small time to watching my success from the sidelines. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. Sometimes it's just succeeding so completely that your haters become your audience. Madison wanted to think bigger. I just thought better. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.